Hi, I'm Jenny. I'm a singer-songwriter from Edinburgh. I am just a wee Scottish lassie making music in my bedroom. Live and breathe music. I'm a bit silly sometimes. Total caffeine addict. My music is, I usually use the term electro alt pop. Really it's just a little bit of my soul translated into the synthesizers and drum beats. Retro tinged, definitely inspired by 80's pop. A bit of older stuff as well, like Kate Bush for example, a big influence. Number one has to be Joanna Newsom. Absolutely loved her music since I was a teenager. After the obligatory Boys Own Spice Girls era, I then went into System of a Down and Rage Against the Machine and Green Day. I'm one of those weirdos that still buys physical CDs. Yeah, I do like a big mix, but I do find myself drawn towards the sort of electro pop side of things. Recently I've been really enjoying like Blood Orange and Tops and Stealing Sheep. My dad was always playing guitar and piano at home and leading a sing-song any chance he got. Sometimes they call me Jukebox Jenny, I think that's where I get it from. Started writing about 6 years ago. It was something that I'd always really wanted to do, but I just couldn't. I just had a block or something about it, I guess. I quite like doing just like a free write to get started. Thought vomit onto the page and just write until I've got a page of words. And I'm quite methodical about it from then. Like I'll look for themes and tie them together and fit them into certain structures.
I wanted to keep my toes in line.
My main instrument's always been piano. I did classical piano growing up and trumpet as well. But then when I was a teenager, I just started dabbling in a bunch of other instruments. So I got a guitar, and then I got a harp, and I got a viola, and just started gathering percussion and things like that. So I'm a bit of an instrument hoarder, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I can actually play them all. I made a video during lockdown where I gathered all the instruments that I had in my flat, and there were 28 different instruments. It was all pretty much classical throughout my sort of school life. That kind of continued when I went to university, but it was still just a hobby, and I really struggled with whether I should study music at university or a science, and I decided to go with biochemistry. I figured if I hated it, then it would be easier to switch from the science to music than the other way around. And yeah, I did hate it, so I then changed my path, I guess. I studied a master's in music therapy. That's what I do now is my day job, and I've just kind of built loads of other musical projects around that and branched out into more songwriting and more pop stuff. I played in a funk band for a while as well. Back about a year ago when I was looking for feedback on the first demos of what became my album, and was really nervous. I've never done anything like it before. I sent them out to a songwriting coach called Freedom Finn Dyson from Holistic Songwriting. I'm a really big fan of his work, and I found a lot of his resources really helpful while I was making all the tracks. Seeing his response, it was on a live stream, saw his response as he was listening to my track for the first time. It was the first time anybody except my mix engineer had heard the tracks. Just seeing him kind of like grooving along and going, and the first thing he said after the track ended was like, damn! And some lovely compliments as well, and getting that boost of positive feedback at that point, it was kind of make or break for me then. I think like if it had gone badly, I might have just thrown it all in the bin. That really came at the right time when I needed it. I'm hearing impaired. I lost my hearing in my right ear when I was about 4 or 5 years old, and as a result I hear the world in mono. So when I started mixing my tracks that I've been recording, I mentioned to my mix engineer that if he put anything in stereo, then I wouldn't be able to hear it properly on headphones. So I asked if he wouldn't mind keeping it in mono up to as far as he could, and then putting in panning last. And he was just like, well, let's just not do any, let's make that a thing. I'd like my music to be the sort that demands a close listen and demands your full focus. I'd like it to be something that holds attention, makes you want to hear the detail of it. Music, there's nothing like it. There's nothing that can tap into emotion in the same way. There's nothing that can connect people in the same way. It's just completely unique, and I can't imagine my life without it.
Is it the calm before the storm, or the night before the dawn?
The title track of my album. It's called Grow Slow. Lyrically it's about slow burns, giving up on the rat race that is dating in our modern times, I guess. Yeah, it's a song that I really enjoyed writing. I wrote it on piano originally and then turned it into the kind of banger that it became. Is it okay to call my own music a banger? I don't know. That's what other people have told me anyway about that song. I'm Jenny, I make music under the name PINLIGHT, and this is my song Grow Slow.
Reach empty lungs, gasp for all they can get, and always craving more. The rush of adrenaline drives till the fuel is gone, and I'm done with this futile race in the hope of an instant win. Now breathe, step back and see the wild consumes, and flames lick new wounds. Patient embers glow. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to find out if this might be something worth waiting for. But I don't mind, I don't mind, I don't mind. Oh, we grow so. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting to find out if this might be something worth waiting for. But I don't mind, I don't mind, I don't mind. Oh, we grow slow, and it's a better way. It's a better way. It's a better way. It's a better way. See the detail, roll the taste around my tongue. No quick decisions here. Don't know what the time is, don't care, it feels so good just like this. And wildfire consumes, and flames lick new wounds. Patient embers go. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting to find out if this might be something worth waiting for. But I don't mind, I don't mind, I don't mind. Oh, we grow slow. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting to find out if